Hey, y'all. I'm in the South, I can say that. I was going to show you, this has been around for a while. I'm not sure if I have it in a beta form or if they've given this to everybody at this point, but they have a new category description tool. And basically, what you do instead of typing in, finding the categories and going down the list, is you just type in your item and it will give you all of these category suggestions. But the way that you should use this is to try to find things that have more than one category attached to it. Because if you, let's say I put in a mold, okay, I'm doing silicone molds. Now that mold could go in the baking and cake decorations and tools, cabochon, molding and trim. So, you want to look and see, is this the category that you want it in? Because which one of these has the most keyword attached? This is key information. Etsy refers to this as key information, not keywords, but it travels with your listing. So if you put it in, let's say that we're going to put it in craft supplies and tools. Okay, this is the only category it's going to be found in. So let's take that out. We'll try this again. Let's see, molds. Well, if we put it in baking and cake decorations, oh look, if I put it in the baking and cake decorations section, because it's a tool, it'll be found in craft supplies and tools, but also paper party, kids party, gifting, baking, cake. So I've now got all of this key information that's attached to this listing. So even if you don't see it in your tags, this travels with your listing. That's why I refer to this as hidden tags. Okay. Somebody was making a comment about they're not really hidden. No, they're not really hidden. They're right here. But when you're looking at your tags in the listing, it's not going to show up. So these will not show up in your listing, but they are attached to your tag if you choose this category when you're putting them in. Now, I was doing a search for something, and I think one of my listings, I think I was looking at keywords. I was looking at my stats and my keywords. And the words fermenting came up, and I was like, what the heck? And I said, I never use the word fermenting in any of my listings, but it's because it was here. And I realized that it's because it was one of the categories that was attached to this keyword. So when you're choosing your categories, kind of mess around with it and see what you can find. So let's say I have a cake topper. I know cake toppers can go in multiple categories, right? So it could be a wedding cake topper. It could be a party supply. I'm going to put it in decorations and see what happens. So now it's going to be paper party supplies, weddings, decorations, cake toppers. So I have all of this key information, which acts as keywords. It is attached to my listing if I put it in the paper and party supplies. Let me see. So if I put it in the cake toppers decorations, it's going to go in with all those. Let's say I'm going to put it in centerpieces and see what happens. Now it's got a few more, all right? Now, you have to say, is a cake topper really a centerpiece? No. So I don't think I would do that because you want to be accurate. You don't want to just throw it in case it'll get extra ones like this, because centerpieces and table decor, it's not really that. But if you can find things that are relevant, then let's see. Then use the ones that have more. It's probably going to go in cake toppers and picks. Okay, but see, if I put it in the actual accurate category, it gives me all these other ones. So it's going to have food and fermenting, cake toppers, party and gifting, baking and cake decoration. So if anyone searches for fermented cake topper, it's going to come up. I don't know why, but that's the actual accurate category it's going to be put in. Now, let's say I also check off kids crafts. That gives me some more. All right. Candy making. That gives you some more. So just take advantage of the craft type, the category, and I'm not sure. Let's look at jewelry, because I know that like there are some. Let's do vintage. Let's see. Vintage hat. Okay, so you have to choose the type of hat apparently. So let's say it's a winter hat. I'm going to change the category. All right. So that shows up in accessories, hats and caps, winter hats, and it's going to have vintage attached to it. I don't personally like that. I don't like the way that Etsy does the vintage tags because it makes me nervous. Vintage hat, informal hats. Okay, yeah, because they take the word vintage off, they strip that off, and they just show you everything that had the word vintage attached when you did the category. Let's do pillbox, because that's definitely going to be a vintage item. Shoppers will find in all these categories: accessories, hats, cats, formal hats, pillbox hats. So now you have an extra one that people might find you in this category if they're searching for that. So you just have to look around and see which ones of these are going to fit your item and which one gives you the most options. So let's say jewelry. I'm just going to put in jewelry. Now you might have doll clothing jewelry. That's probably not right. Monogram name necklaces. So they're getting very specific. They want you to put things in accurate categories so that shoppers can find things that they're looking for. Okay. You can add them manually if you want to still do that. But let's say I just choose this. I don't know. That's not very many. Dangle and drop. Yeah, they're really trying to restrict you so that people are going to find you in the right categories. Let's see what happens if we want to do it manually. You can add them manually, and it takes you back to the same categories that you used to. So if you want to do it that way, you can. Belly rings. Okay, but see how specific they're being. So they want you to put things accurately, which makes sense. That's fine. But if you can find more than one, if you can find one of these categories that gives you a lot of options, that's better, is all I'm saying. Don't put things in a category just to get extra ones, because that's spammy and scammy, and it'll just bring people to your shop that aren't looking for your thing, and then they'll click away, and then that'll count against your listing quality rating eventually, which is not good. So leave me any questions, but I just wanted to show you that. And if you can find things that add up to more than one category, do it. Let's see, what else can I search for? Candy. Candy is good. So see, it comes up all these. Just examine all of these to see which one gives you the most choices. That's what you need to do. All right, so leave me any questions. I will answer them as soon as I can.